All right, thanks everybody for joining the meetup today. We're going to give you an update on the Equity Property Value Hub, the template or initiative. A reminder to everybody, this is an informal thing, so if you have questions, pop them in the question window. We'll be pasting some links in the chat window as the meetup goes along, so you can have those things for reference. What we're going to cover today is EPV, and then we're going to a little bit of the solution site update. And I'd like to introduce Lauren Volker, who is the lead solution engineer who's handling all things assessment valuation, and she's out of our St. Louis office, and she's going to run the show here. So I'll be monitoring the questions as she's going along, so don't hesitate to type them in. And okay, Lauren, over to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Brent. Really appreciate it. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. I'm really excited to be here to talk to you about and update you on the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Don't forget, if you do have any questions, go ahead and put them into the questions or the chat window so that we can moderate those and get them answered for you. The more the merrier. So feel free to kick it off. At Esri, we really believe in serving our local government users and working together with you to make a difference in your community. You know, our products are built with you in mind to provide you with the foundation for your land records management. And with the advent and growing use of WebGIS, we're now offering so much more as a platform to really enable you to serve your communities. The demands on tax assessors and real estate appraisers are ever evolving. You're constantly pushed to be transparent, be fair, be equitable, and you may often feel the pressure of the economy, tax reforms, and you're constantly battling integration of sometimes these really antiquated business systems. I really like this quote from the IAAO. The property tax is an important part of any well-balanced revenue system for a community. And ArcGIS Hub and the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative help you to achieve this goal of having that livable, sustainable, and prosperous community. So I'd like to first establish an understanding of what ArcGIS Hub is. ArcGIS Hub is a part of Esri's geospatial cloud, and it's available through ArcGIS Online, which is Esri's SaaS model, so you don't need to have your own on-premise server. Of course you can, but it is an easy to configure engagement platform that organizes people, data, and tools through information-driven initiatives. It helps you to maximize engagement in any type of organization by improving that communication, collaboration, and your data sharing. You can also leverage your existing data and technology and work together with both your internal and external stakeholders to advance your goals and initiatives. So what does Hub do? Hub allows you to share your authoritative open data that's critical to decision making. Hub can share this authoritative data that's used to help you guys make better decisions. It allows you to create as many websites as you need with no coding required. And Hub has this really great drag and drop UI UX feature that allows you to build these websites using configurable card components. And you can also incorporate your organization's branding into these websites to match your existing sites. You can share data, maps, and apps, and this helps you to engage your community. Hub gives purpose to your data and aligns it with your organization's top priorities by organizing around goals and initiatives. And this fits for really any real world issue or challenge. It's not just about communicating with the public, but also internally. And you can enable collaboration and create teams of staff, external collaborators, or both. And you can invite these trusted members of your community to collaborate with you. It helps you to drive that engagement and inspire action by sharing a goal to focus on and ways in which people can participate. You share information using charts, maps, stories, and you make it easier for everyone to have that shared understanding of a particular goal. You're really offering that context around an item on which you're working. And ArcGIS Hub includes everything you need. So it's integrated event management, surveys, and more. And work done in the hub can feed right back into your ArcGIS Online organization or other operational systems. So let's shift now into talking about the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative. So this is a configuration of Hub Premium that helps you to increase public awareness of property information, particularly helping them to understand assessment and the property tax processes. You can access property information directly, and you can help your taxpayers understand their assessment and their property taxes. You can provide focused property information products for taxpayers, real estate professionals, title companies, and property owners. And you can also simplify this outreach through focused events and deliver a simple and easy way to respond to appeals, all the while educating your taxpayers. And really, this is, a really nice template that gives you a starting place into which you can put your information. It allows you to rethink the way that you connect and communicate with the public and other entities, specifically as it relates to property value. So what do you get with the EPV Hub initiative? You get the Hub initiative template and the Hub site application. You can leverage your authoritative location-based data to educate the taxpayer through a focused EPV initiative. You get the ArcGIS Hub community, which is the community of users that enables you to empower the public to take part in your site and contribute. And all of these items get created in your ArcGIS Online organization under the ownership of the user who creates it. So items display as content in my content section, and groups get created as well. So if you're new to ArcGIS Online, you'll also get the ArcGIS software subscription with the flexible licensing that will meet your needs. So now, with further ado, let's jump in and take a look at the Equitable Property Value Hub Site Initiative. This is what the template looks like out of the box. Off the bat, we start off with a header and a purpose. This is information telling you why we're here, and this is what we're going to show you today. Our next section is comprised of analysis and KPIs. And these are just statistics that show you what we're responsible for, how we're doing in the community. Here's what the makeup of our community looks like. Transparency, right? You're being straightforward. Our next section is going to be the background section. And this section gives you an opportunity to describe how you assess and appraise your property to determine property taxes. You can explain your valuation processes, again, allowing you to be transparent with your community. We offer a tools section. The EPV Hub comes with several different applications that we'll get into in a moment, but this tools section is an area where you can make that information really readily available to your citizens. So right here, we see a tax liability calculator. It's just a simple configuration of Survey 123 that's embedded right into the site, and it allows one to compute an estimated tax liability on a property. So let's say, for example, I was interested in purchasing a property that was valued at $250,000. I simply enter the number in here and immediately can view my estimated tax liability on that property as well as the assessed value. And you'll see if I change this number up to $350,000, that estimated assessed value and the estimated tax liability update automatically. The next section is our application section, and this is a nice little gallery of focused applications that provide detailed property information. And this solution comes with many applications. So for example, we can see here the tax parcel viewer, and this is where I can access tax parcels and related assessment data. This application is really easy to configure and use, and I can simply I can search for my address up here in the search panel, or I can click on the map and it will bring up information about a particular property. So in this case, I clicked on 550 South Webster. I can see ownership information, tax district information, my assessed value, my land value, and even a tax distribution breakdown. So I can see where tax dollars are being spent in the community from this particular property. I really like this app. The My Tax Distribution app is a review of where those property tax dollars are being distributed. It is offered as a part of the Tax Parcel Viewer, but we also offer it as its own separate app so that if you needed something that was a little bit more focused, you could look at that directly. We also offer a floodplain inquiry application where you can locate parcels that are impacted by floodplain boundaries. So you can load in the FEMA boundaries and see which properties might be located in the 100 or 500 year floodplains. The Residential Comp Finder is an application that allows you to find comparable sales in an area. So for example, as I open up this map, I'm going to see dots on a map. These are all the sales located in and around Naperville, Illinois, and I'm going to search for an address here, 1226 Brook Lane, and search for that and pull that in. So I can see all of the sales within a 1 mile buffer of that address that I typed in. What's really nice about this, I also see a list here. I can expand this buffer, 1 to all the way up to 15 miles. And then I really like that I have the ability to further drill down into my data and set some additional filters. So for example, say I just wanted to look at properties, let's try that, between $250,000 and $450,000, and I only wanted to look at newer homes and ranch style. Let's go ahead and drill down, and I'll go ahead and click apply, and let's see if anything. Okay, good. We got one that shook out. So here I can see that I have one comparable sale based on those filters that I selected at 1119 Langley Circle. And then I can also see some parcel information about this property, the parcel ID, the year built, structure, square footage, sale price, when the sale took place, assessed value, and even if I'm looking more in an assessor's office and I want to see that sales ratio, I can really see a nice breakdown of all of that information. And all of those filters really help me narrow my search in a particular area. So let's jump back over to the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative and look at another section. We'll look at our data section. Some people like to have the raw data with which to work, and this data section provides that data to them so they can go grab what they need and they can download it and be on their way. They're not calling your office or emailing you for an extract, coming down to the courthouse. They have access to all this information right here at their fingertips. The EPV Hub initiative also offers a calendar that gives you a way to communicate important dates with your community. So for example, things that you might see here are dates when tax bills are due, various town halls or council meetings, even zoning board of adjustment meetings. You can list all of that here. We also give you a way to collaborate with your community and get involved by following the initiative and allowing you to engage in that two-way feedback about valuation in your community. And if someone didn't have their question answered by all of the other information that you've provided to them on this website, we have a section where they can contact you. They can contact you by email or phone, and say you even had an individual that wanted to appeal their property valuation. This gives them an entry point via Survey 123. It's a configurable survey that comes with the solution, and this will actually begin that process for you and notify you of a requested appeal. At the bottom, we have obviously just your organization and contact information. It's important to put these resources into the hands of the public because they're more than likely to have their questions answered and not have to call you or come down to the courthouse. So now that we've seen the EPV initiative template looks like, I would like to take you through how to deploy the solution in ArcGIS Online. So there are hundreds of ArcGIS solutions, and these solutions really cross a wide range of practice and disciplines. And solutions are developed around observed needs in the community, and they're created with you in mind to really help you manage your authoritative location-based data, understand your community conditions, deploy your operational systems, and where appropriate, as in this case with EPV, facilitate that public engagement. And each solution contains a collection of useful maps and apps that are configurable out of the box and extensible. They are freely available and they're fully supported by Esri. So the easiest way to search for a solution is by using the new Solutions app in ArcGIS Online. Here you can see I'm signed into my ArcGIS Online organization. I'm simply going to go to my app launcher in the upper right-hand corner and choose Solutions. And this is going to launch the solution app. So in here, I can browse the solutions, or I can search for a solution. In this case, I'm going to choose property, and this is going to bring up solutions related to property. I'm going to go ahead and see, I've got my equitable property value solution here. I'm going to go ahead and view the details for that one, where I can read a little bit of information at it. If I want to still learn more information, I click this handy Learn More button. And this takes me out to the solution page where I can read an overview of the solution. I can view requirements, what comes with the solution, even how to use and configure the solution. So I want to go back to the solutions application, and we'll say now I'm ready. I want to deploy the solution. I'm ready. Let's go ahead and choose Get Now. We can see that solution starting to deploy here. This solution takes about 90 seconds to deploy. So while it's working, let's go back to the solutions website, and I want to take you through this because this site's recently been overhauled. So solutions.arcgis.com has recently been redesigned, but it still provides you with all of the information that you would need on the available solutions that Esri offers. So if we click on the resources tab at the top, here you're going to see some really great learn paths that offer some self-paced training to get you started if you've never used a solution before. I really like these. It's a couple of quick lessons that'll take you through how to, deploy and configure these solutions. Under the Industries tab, this is what I really consider to be a better entry point to browse solutions and documentation. So here you see our solutions are broken down into various industries. Let's go ahead. We're going to focus on state and local government today, and assessment and taxation. And here we can see the focus solutions for our industry and how they're organized into different focus categories like managing property information, engaging the public, and so on. Keep your eyes out for another meetup coming hopefully in January, where we're going to go through in a more deep dive into these different solutions and how they've kind of been reorganized and repackaged. So some of them have been reordered into larger, kind of broader categories based on business need. And equitable property value, I believe, is one of those. So if you click on that solution, you'll actually be able to see what is in that solution. Here we are back at that Learn More page, where we can see how to use this solution, how to configure this solution. So it's really similar to the old site as far as the information that's provided to you. It's just been reorganized in a new way. And I think it's important to note right now as well that you can still deploy solutions using the ArcGIS Solutions deployment tool in ArcGIS Pro, but the new solution app really makes it much quicker, much easier to get started. And keep in mind that future development of solutions are going to be pushed through the ArcGIS Online Solutions app. And again, you can access this through your organization's app launcher. So we're back at the solution app. It looks like my equitable property value solution has been deployed, and now we can see it under the My Solutions tab. I'm going to go ahead and click Open, and this is going to open the new solution item. I love this new item. It's one of my favorites because it organizes all of the solution content in such a way so that you can see which item is related to each other within the solution. So, for example, say I wanted to use Tax Parcel Viewer application. Here I see that I would need to configure the tax parcels feature layer, the site addresses feature layer, and here is my tax parcel viewer web map that ultimately powers the application. If I wanted to utilize the Hub site, I can open the application and view the preloaded Hub initiative template and start using that excellent UI UX tools that ArcGIS Hub offers to configure this site for public outreach on equitable property value. No coding required. This template gives you a starting place so that you don't have to start with a blank screen and design from the ground up. You already have your legs under you to get started. So here we see the template exactly as we viewed it earlier. Here's my statistics. I just have to load my information in here, tell it what data to point to, and those will populate on the fly. So also, if I wanted to view the solution through my content in ArcGIS Online, you'll find that all of these items have been added to a folder in your content, as well as that new solution item. So you always know where you can go to find these items. You can access them in ArcGIS Online the way you're already used to. I just really like how that solution item organizes the content so that it helps me to visually make sense of how these solution items are related to one another. It's really great. So in closing, the ArcGIS Solutions for state and local government really provide you with a great first step in helping you solve some of those big challenges that are faced by your organization. And the EPV is one of those. It's important because local property taxes are vital to help you fund your local programs. It provides a modern way to share that property information and sales data with interested parties. And this includes your real estate community, not just your taxpayers, your title insurers, and more importantly, even prospective property owners. Your transparency and public engagement really will increase taxpayer satisfaction and hopefully reduce those property tax assessment appeals. And location-based data and technology can really help you to improve your outreach. So we just covered a ton of information, and I'm really, really interested in hearing some of your thoughts and some of your questions. Does anybody, Brent, do we have anything on the question that anybody would like to ask?
Yeah, we got quite a few.
All right.
I know some of them I could even answer, but I wouldn't mind having you expand on them a little bit.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll try.
In Montana, they don't disclose sale price. So Brandy has a question. Can you deploy the comp finder not put sales price?
Yeah, I would imagine this is, let me pop back over and see if I can find. So here we are, tax parcel viewer, residential comp finder. So really this is just a configuration of a pop-up that we're seeing on the right-hand side. So you have full control over what you do and don't show in here. So if sale price is something that you don't want to show, you would take that out. And this is actually powered by arcade expressions and a rich text editor. So you have control to remove that out of the pop-up, absolutely.
It's interesting in Montana. I think property assessment's done by the state. It's not done by the local jurisdictions. So Montana's a different kind of responsibility there. And there's several non-disclosure states. I think Texas is one of them. There's a few others. So I thought that was the answer, but I think you did a better job explaining it than me. Okay, here's another one. I think I answered this one as well. but there's two questions here, and I'll have you answer them together. Can you use the Equitable Property Value app and ArcGIS Online? Question one. Can ArcGIS Hub be deployed to an on-premise server?
Oh, those are good questions. So the answer to your first question, can EPV be used in ArcGIS Online? Yes, absolutely. That's its home. That's where it's meant to live. So your second question, can Hub be used on an on-premise? So ArcGIS Hub and ArcGIS Hub Premium are components and live in ArcGIS Online. Their kind of sister is called ArcGIS Enterprise Sites. And this is really the piece that's going to live on your on-premise server. And the reason it's called two different things is because, you know, your on-premise server is on-prem and meant to be just that, in your infrastructure behind your firewall. And ArcGIS Hub and the premium component, where you're really facilitating that two-way engagement, needs that public access component in order to the public internet in order to be able to access that. Does that answer the question, do you think, Brent?
I think so. John's from Dallas, and if he doesn't get a clean answer, I'm sure he'll, or complete answer, I'm sure he'll add another question there. So feel free to do that,
Cool.
John. Okay, here's another one. And this is a good question. And I'm going to modify this question. Hold on, I just lost my questions tab here. Okay. Is it possible to deploy only the hub site and not all the applications? I have many of the applications already and don't need to redeploy them. So what I would like to add to that question, can I choose not to deploy apps in this hub, but also deploy other apps that maybe you didn't show? Maybe some that I've written myself.
Yeah, so the answer is absolutely. So let's take that in kind of two parts here. So when you deploy the solution, the EPV solution is going to be deployed as a package. Now, when you have your solution item, it will deploy with all of these. But say you had your own floodplain inquiry or your own tax parcel viewer, you do not need to reconfigure and use the apps that come with the solution. What I would recommend you do in that part is simply go to your hub site. And if you wanted to include them as a part of your hub site, you just link them in here. And you can do that, view parcels here, just by simply setting the settings and just linking your application directly to the hub site. So yeah, you do not have to use all of the apps that come specifically with the solution. They're there to help you as a place to get started if you don't already have them, but you can certainly use your own and link those into the hub site template if you'd like, and just disregard the blank kind of container apps that come with the solution.
Perfect. Okay, got another one. This one's from Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
What's the difference between Hub and Hub Premium?
Ooh, the difference between Hub and Hub Premium. That is an excellent question, Jennifer. Thank you for asking. So ArcGIS Hub comes with ArcGIS Online organization, and it is a place where you can create websites to share your open data and your authoritative content in an understandable way. So I like to think about it around the terms of an initiative or a goal or a business need that you're working on. So say, for example, oh my gosh, parks. We can go, let's do parks here for a second. You wanted to create a site that was focused solely around parks, or not just parks. How about vector-borne, disease and vector control? And you wanted to share all of the information specific to that vector-borne disease right in one site. That Hub gives you the ability to do that. Hub Basic also gives you the ability to make as many sites as you need related to as many initiatives and business needs as you'd like, and to focus those specifically. So if you had a bunch of public works projects or capital improvement projects and you wanted to pull all of those resources together in one place, Hub is an excellent place to do that. Hub Premium is a premium offer, offering of ArcGIS Hub that gets you a few things. It gets you access to all of the initiative templates that Esri offers, and there are quite a few. It gives you access to a calendar and of the community events and a way to manage those events. It gives you a ArcGIS Online community organization, and this is where it's a sister organization that sits side by side with your existing ArcGIS Online organization and allows you to, or the public or trusted individuals, to sign up and gain a named user so that they can collaborate and share content with that sister organization. And that's where that two-way collaboration component piece really comes in.
Yeah, let me add to that, Lauren. That's good. Hub Premium also allows you to author hub sites for internal use as well. For example, if you wanted to have the value analysis dashboard and the comp finder, you don't want those publicly facing, but you want those on our appraiser's desk. You could have all those apps collected in a hub site for internal use, and you could have, some ArcGIS Insights and some other apps put on there, whatever configuration you'd like. Maybe you want dashboards that show value change by year, maybe some thematic maps so you can find the outliers. Maybe you want to have maybe a quick cost per square foot dashboard and things like that. You could have those all collected in an internal hub site that you share around for different user types. You'll see something coming on that. Little black ops here going on, Lauren's working on. So you'll see something coming on that in the coming months.
Absolutely.
And if anybody's interested in that specifically, let us know, and we'll I don't know if you know how we write software here, but we don't just sit in a room and think up cool stuff and write it. Our solutions team works really hard to gather real requirements from real users to drive this, and that's how this was built. Okay, how much does Hub Premium cost? That was all in caps, Karen.
Yeah. I really recommend that you get with your Esri account manager and start having a conversation about the cost for that.
It differs by size, and then if you have an ELA, so if you have an enterprise, a small gov enterprise license agreement or a negotiated enterprise license agreement, that might be in there. So or it can be an add-on. So it depends on your individual circumstance.
Absolutely.
But we can have your account managers contact you if you'd like. We don't usually poll who's using GeoNet and that sort of thing, but if you're not using GeoNet, please go there, and we just re-platformed it, and so it's going to look a little bit different if you've been there in the past, but I think it's a bit easier to use. And this the recording of this webinar will be posted there. And okay, Karen, can this be put into your own website? Okay, another question here, Lauren. So can this be put into your own website? I guess I don't understand that question.
Yeah, I think I'd like to follow up and just to clarify, Karen, are you talking about, embedding some components of this into your own website? If that's the case, yes, you can, as long as, you can embed iframes and that HTML in there. You can embed, your applications and your maps and statistics. Yeah, generally, if you were going to create a hub site, you could certainly link to this from your website, and it would be another page. You can, talk to your IT department too about, updating the URLs and things like that to make it seem more seamless. But yeah, this is actually built in ArcGIS Online. And this site will have its own URL, and you can even customize the URL to match your organization's existing sites.
I hope that answered your question,
Yeah, I
Karen. If
hope so
not,
too.
feel free to send any of us an email and we'll get the right person to help you out with that. Or in the survey, just type a question and please have somebody help me. Oh, it answered your question. Good job, Lauren. So perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, Karen.
All right. So any other questions? If not, I want to remind you there. Oscar pasted the link to the webinar or the meetup that we're having on December 15th. So it's not even on the meetup site yet, but that will be the GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar link that we'll be using. So please sign up if you're interested. It'd be just more detail on this, taking it stepping through into some more technical details on how to set this up, and then we'll have another one in January, also digging deeper into the solution site.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, okay, I'm going to go going. I guess that's it for questions. Thanks everybody. Please fill out the survey. Thanks, Lauren. I think you did a great job here. Excellent job.
Awesome. Good.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I hope you all have a great day and a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.